it.
Are you impressed with my ability to do scales?
That's not me.
No, that was me.
All right, let me try.
What are you gonna do?
Get the pair
Law.
that I can control.
La 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 la.
Was that you, Eric?
Yep.
Ah, there I am. Okay.
Drudge.
Better.
Hey, there's a career for you in opera, you know?
Yeah, there is. I have that possibility.
That or you could be Bugs Bunny.
Oh wow! I'm
Sorry.
looking-
No.
I didn't even know that.
Guess the Looney Tune references are getting old, huh?
Only 50 years was the shelf life on that.
Darn it.
I didn't know I didn't know there was actually a website called the Drudge Retort.
I didn't realize he's a conservative.
Matt Drudge.
Yeah.
I think he's tries to at least remain some kind of journalistic integrity
Really?
guy.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, I don't really know what that would be, but hey, whatever.
Oh, he does a report.
Yeah, he does the Drudge.
he does.
He does the
He
Drudge
does a
report.
report.
I guess we can start. Hi, this is the Eric and Carson show. I'm Eric Thomas. That's Carson Lee. That's Brian Beto.
Hi.
And we are.
The camera's over there today. Hi.
It moves. You never
Brian
really know.
Beto, or as I like to call him, witness number one.
Fucking. Yeah. What's weird is that I feel like this camera's really looking at me.
It is.
You know,
That's all about you.
I'm
looking right at you.
I feel like I'm the focus right now.
Me and Brian.
Weren't you always? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What's on Eric's mind today?
Right.
And then what does everybody else have to say about it? We usually start.
Here's what Eric thinks.
Here's what Eric thinks.
Eric.
What Eric
What-
thinks.
So hey, let's talk about our. What's going on with you, Carson? How was your weekend? Et cetera,
Oh,
et
it
cetera?
was fantastic.
Yeah, you liked it. What'd you do for the Super Bowl? I didn't even ask.
Nothing.
You didn't do anything? You have a little party, a little feta? Really?
Well, my buddy Ben came over and we watched it, and that's about it.
Really?
It was a good game.
Oh, okay.
I was happy. I was cheering for the Steelers, so I was glad they won.
Yeah, I was cheering for the Cardinals because I like the underdog. I'm
I
always
got tired of cheering for losers,
Yeah.
so I just wanted something to win in my life.
I just don't like the Steelers. I think they're dirty.
Eh,
Sorry.
Well, they were
kind of like Flint.
They were. I would say you were annoyed by how they were playing. I imagine, considering that they were kind of whooping it up and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like Heinz Ward. I think he's a punk. And I don't like that guy with all the hair.
Get a haircut. Yeah, I told Lisa when he won. I was like, hey, you can afford a haircut now.
But and it's not
Troy
and
Polamalu.
it's not just because he has hair that I don't like him. It's I think he's a dirty player. I
Yes.
think he's a dirty,
So
And-
what?
and-
And
there's the hair.
the guy that ran the touchdown back, he got flagged for.
he was punching a dude.
Yeah, that's dirty. He should have been ejected from the game.
He should have been. I
Yeah.
agree with you.
That was awesome, is what that was.
Now see,
It's not the UFC. Carson.
it's like
the NFL.
Blitz. I swear to God,
It
it's
is
like playing
Blitz.
Blitz.
Blitz the league.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, my
Blitz
God.
the league is a video game where you actually literally break players. You try to break their legs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, that was a really dirty play.
I thought that was hilarious.
I'm surprised the NFL hasn't actually put out a fine for that. Because that really was like a lot. I mean, didn't he actually like pick him up and throw him back down and like try to knee
He's
him
like
and shit?
kneeing him.
Well,
and
he
punching
hit him in the back of the head, punched
Yeah.
him in the back of the head when he got up,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah, it was now the reason why Brian thinks they're dirty is because they lost the Redskins in what week this year? Were you there for it?
No, they beat the Redskins.
They beat the Redskins.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
What this
there you
year?
go.
Yeah.
Just like the
I wasn't
Patriots.
there for it.
Just like the Patriots last year. You hated the Patriots because you thought Bill Belichick was a dick because they ran the score
Well, I do
up.
think he's a dick, and they did run the score up last year a lot.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that I guarantee there was a
Having
reason.
watched, but I knew that because last year I watched 60 Minutes of the Patriots and knew that they'd run the score up.
Yes.
And this year I watched 60 Minutes of the Steelers and noticed that they're pretty dirty.
Yes, and they did play dirty in the Super Bowl. I'm not saying you're wrong. See, that's the thing is he's giving me that look now because I'm just pointing out that it might have something to do with the fact that the Redskins beat. See, the Lions fans, we just understand that we're going to get our asses handed.
Oh
to
yeah,
us.
yeah, exactly. That's why I cheered for the Steelers. I'm like, well, I watched the team lose all year long. I need something to win.
Yeah, and
We'll go for the Steelers.
Isn't it funny that now all of a sudden Mariucci's like, well, he actually did an interview right up before the Super Bowl with Steve Mariucci, former Detroit Lions coach. He said that, well, we just didn't have a lot of experience in the front office. Really? What exactly? Really? I'm
Wow.
shocked.
Never do.
But, really, Steve Mariucci, at the end of the day, was proven right because, remember, his whole thing was he wanted to have Jeff Garcia playing rather than Joey Harrington.
Yeah.
Turns out that probably would have been a decent idea because, all of a sudden Jeff Garcia goes and makes the fucking Pro Bowl
Yeah.
the very next year after he leaves Detroit because when he's playing for Philly.
Right.
Takes him to the goddamn playoffs. Thanks a lot. But we run him out of town on a rail because we're like, oh, we miss Joey. Fuck him.
Well,
Whatever happened to Joey Harrington?
Joey
he was back up at or he was playing in Atlanta.
He then
that's right.
No, first he was back up in Tampa. Then he went to Atlanta.
Miami, my friend.
Was it Miami? That's
Close.
what it was.
Actually, this year he
Warm.
was the third.
Exactly.
He was the third string quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
Was
Wow.
it? Wow.
That
So he
sucks.
was the Jamie Foxx character.
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
I fear
Yes, he was.
Detroiters. I fear that we bet on the wrong horse on that one. I think it comes right down
Yeah.
to that. Maybe we were saying that we put Joey back in there.
Nope.
May have been a
I'll
bad.
tell you
move.
about
Yeah.
Patrick Ramsey.
Actually, no. My favorite from yours was Sage Rosenfels.
He's still around, He started for the Texans this year.
No shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Sage Rosenfeld.
Sage Rosenfels was the starting quarterback for the Washington Redskins for a couple of weeks there.
Well, everybody.
Oh,
There was
okay.
about a 3-year period where everybody and his uncle started for the Redskins.
Well, there was Todd Collins,
Yeah.
who turned out to be who turned out to be terrific.
Yeah.
He was actually doing well for you guys, wasn't he?
That's because he finally got to run this offense. He was with this offensive coordinator, whose name escapes me, from the Chiefs that the Redskins brought over 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. And this guy came with him.
Was it Gibbs? Is it Gibbs?
It was Gibbs. It was the guy Gibbs brought with him.
Oh, okay. All right.
I would remember Joe Gibbs.
Okay.
All right. Just making sure.
Al Saunders was the guy's name. So Al Saunders had this guy with him in Kansas City and brought him to Washington. He never actually played.
Oh, he didn't.
That when he threw the first pass he threw when he came in Washington, I think it was last season.
Yeah.
That was the first pass he'd thrown professionally in like 14 years.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh, awesome.
He
Yeah.
was former Michigan
that's
Wolverine. Former Michigan Wolverine in 1982, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because
He's really
Jesus.
old.
I remember him in junior high school
Did he-
being the starting quarterback.
Did he come out on a wheelchair?
Yeah,
Man, they
just
can't
about.
catch me in my
Actually,
wheels.
no, the better Redskins story was
When they brought Joe Gibbs back and thought that was the answer.
Trent.
Shut up. Trent Green.
Yes, Trent Green is where I was going with. That was because he was doing great for you guys.
Yeah.
like I remember Brian was seriously just like Trent Green. Here we go. We finally found our guy, and then they trade him. Get rid
They
of him.
didn't trade him. He left.
Oh, he left.
Yeah, because the owner had died, and the team.
Jack Kent Cook.
Yeah, the team was like was being run by his son, but there was a trust that actually owned it, and they sold it to Dan Snyder, and at the same because the ownership confusion, Trent Green left.
Yes.
Huh.
And Trent Green went to the to his hometown team, the St. Louis Rams, playing for at that point unknown. His quarterback coach he went to St. Louis because his quarterback coach in Washington had just been named the offensive coordinator of his hometown team,
Yeah.
which was the St. Louis Rams, and he was and the offensive coordinator's name was Mike Martz.
Right.
Ah.
And Trent Green famously
let him go.
Trent Green famously breaks his leg in the preseason, taking him out of the game for the whole season. His backup quarterback was a guy that had been stocking shelves named Kurt Warner.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Super Bowl MVP same year, Kurt Warner.
Yep.
So at the same time, Brian's at the same time going like, "Fuck, Trent Green, what an asshole." It's like, okay, well, you got to feel bad for the guy to some degree
Right.
for that.
Fuck him. No, I did.
Yeah, that was the whole thing during the Super Bowl. Kurt Warner was stocking shelves.
Oh, yeah.
Then he went and played in Europe. Then he played arena ball.
Can we all agree
Then
that
he
he's-
went to the Super Bowl.
Can we all agree that he's overrated?
God,
now?
yes.
I mean,
God,
it's
yes.
unbelievable.
That
He
first
forces passes.
That first
Look,
year, he threw 53 touchdowns. Like,
but look
what
at
year?
who he was throwing to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this, though. If the guy was just...
which I'm telling you wasn't that good.
this is my point on it, though. If the guy was just normal guy out of college, that just got drafted, wouldn't be a big deal. Like,
Right.
there would be... I'd be like, oh, yeah, another quarterback made it. Big deal. But the fact that he stocked shelves in a fucking grocery store one day makes him a great quarterback.
Now,
Give me a fucking break.
Carson, he's faced adversity. Hello.
Yeah, come sit in my chair, motherfucker.
Well, see, that could be you.
If
in 5 years,
you know what?
it could
Shut
be.
up.
If you throw 53 fucking touchdowns, that's going to be in the Kumbaya package too.
yeah.
Okay.
No kidding.
That's going to be in the Hosanna thing by fucking Rachel, whatever her name is, that redhead that looks kind of weird on camera on ESPN.
Lost me.
What's her name? Rachel. She's always on Sports Center. She's got that. She's got the Ronald McDonald red hair, but it
yeah.
works
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
How do you not know that? What was
I
it?
don't know her name.
God damn it! What's her name? Rachel Hunter? No, I have no idea. fuck it. Either way, yeah. I mean, if you wind up throwing fucking 53 touchdowns in 1 year, yes, I will expect you to have the Kumbaya adversity package. I wouldn't worry about it. Or even if you fucking like came out, anybody that comes out of adversity, but Americans love that fucking pull yourself up by your bootstrap story.
I could see it, in his first Super Bowl back with the Rams. I think it was a great story then. But the fact that, it's how many years later and we're still talking. It's not like he went back to stocking groceries after that first Super Bowl.
Just about did, actually. After they lost that second Super Bowl to fucking...
Well, let's come on. He wasn't going to be stocking groceries. He may have had to retire with his million. He wasn't going to
be shit. I got about a football. I got about $20 million in the bank. Well, I guess I better go back to work at Kroger.
Go back to the Foodorama.
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind, though,
pallets.
He did go to the NFL version of stocking groceries, which was the Arizona Cardinals until they appeared.
That's true.
Until they appeared in the Super Bowl. That was terrific because I remember, didn't you guys used to have the Cardinals in your division?
Yeah.
And that wasn't that terrific.
It was like a second home game every year.
It's like well, there's 2 wins.
Yeah.
That was like when the Tampa Bay Bucks were was in the Lions division before. By the time when they got out of the division was basically when we became the shittiest team in the division. But up until then, they had those orange uniforms. Well, there's 2 wins.
Yeah.
We got that one, no problem. That was fantastic. So I can't. So what they're saying, I think, is that he faced adversity, overcame it, became an MVP in the Super Bowl, and then he did it again.
But the point is, I don't know. I'm kind of with Carson on this.
Can't we find another story to talk about?
That was exciting when he was with the Rams.
What I'm talking about is Americans love the pull you up by the bootstrap story. It's everybody's.
That's the only rant that got ran right now is because the fucking country sucks and is going to hell in a handbasket. And they're like, hey, look, this happened 10 years ago.
And Heath Ledger died.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you going to do
I don't know
now?
if the country's going to hell in the handbasket. Apparently, you don't have to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a job in the Obama administration.
Well, those Obamas, they don't like to pay taxes, which I got to agree with. I don't either.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm fine with this.
I never had a problem with having a president in office that had a healthy libido like Bill Clinton.
Yeah. And
I like to get laid.
Yeah.
So does Bill. I like him.
And I don't have a problem with this whole thing of now we're going to say that we're not going to pay the taxes. Okay, fine.
Whatever.
I mean, if that's what apparently Obama.
I don't have any money to pay him with anyway.
Oh, see, but see, that's the other my new favorite. I have 2 new favorite things whenever I watch the news is because eventually the political season's over. There's no more politics. It's basically now.
Thank God.
Now it's a question of how the country's going to be run. That's all you see on the news.
Well, yeah, now it's all the country in crisis, the economic crisis.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, well, now there's a black guy president and the country sucks.
Yeah,
we got past that. All right. Well, the chick didn't make it. The dumb girl and the old man didn't make it. The black guy won it. Now what can we do?
This just in.
The country sucks.
Oh boy, we're never going to work again. But
yeah, because one of those 12 people listening to this is going to give us a job.
Are we up to 12?
I think we're up to 12.
I think we are.
And luckily, we're putting it on the internet so it can always be found whenever there's a problem. But it's like now that's the question is how the country is going to be run. My 2 favorite thing is whenever they bring in the Republican guy that's going to attack Obama now because that's the voice of the opposition. They immediately start attacking him for things he hasn't even proposed yet.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to raise your taxes, but he hasn't said he's going to yet. But he is. Because I know he is. I saw how they do things. And even though that's never been brought up. That's number 1. The number 2 is how they go through these things line by line and they find all these weird, things in the stimulus package, which, makes sense if you think about why they're doing it. But all of a sudden now we're going to be just horrified that we're going to hire people to put sod on the National Mall.
I know.
What is it?
Yeah.
So we're hiring greenskeepers.
They're supposed to be doing something.
Yeah.
If it's a jobs package, then you need them to have jobs.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make sense, Brian.
I know.
That's just silly talk.
I don't understand it. It's what are we saying here?
I didn't realize it was an interstate highway package.
Yeah, I know.
Listen to Republicans; they make it sound like the only thing that's acceptable is to build more interstates and bridges.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, it's not a stimulus.
But then they would change that. You're telling me that you're going to have people working on such and such lane? What the hell? I believe in people on Main Street.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And now Obama's going on all the news networks just to kind of just do the listen. Enough already with all this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The whole thing is just crazy to me. I think it's stupid. I mean, what do you think? You've been watching this stuff.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean,
what's the stuff that you find just hilarious while you're watching the news these days?
I don't really find anything all that hilarious. Watching the news right now, it's because it's depressing.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I will
Plus,
say-
I just had a vacation, so I wasn't watching the news.
It's I will say it's nice to see every day the update on how bad unemployment's getting.
Yeah, I know.
Not in just our state, but across the world or across the country.
Across the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
China just laid off 2 billion people. Oh fuck, China's out of work. We're all screwed.
Yeah.
You know, that's the first thing I heard the other day. I can't remember the number, but it was some ungodly amount of people got laid off in China the other day.
And where's all this money going? Someone's
Yeah.
getting it. It's not
Yeah.
like it vanishes.
Yeah.
There's a finite amount of money out there.
Oh,
how,
yeah.
How about the people that are apologizing for the CEOs that are getting billions? And
fuck them.
can
Pardon
you
me, but,
believe
you know-
that? Yeah, pardon.
So I just still don't feel
okay.
right about saying, you know, the F-bomb on
It's
on
okay. Feel free. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable. It
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
The people apologizing, it's always the people that are on CNBC and people that are financial reporters. Yeah, you're going to have to go interact with these people. Of course you're going to defend them. And people just act as though it's all the same. It's like, what are you talking about?
And I like their argument that, well, we have to pay these people to keep them. You know, they're among the best and brightest in our industry, so they have to get. You know, if they were that freaking bright,
Why are we in this situation
why
to
are you
begin
upside
with?
down, Citibank?
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Good point. It's
Look.
like you're bonusing these people even though the company's doing bad. It's like, well, these people are doing well individually.
Let's dig up Merrill and Lynch and find out what they think about how the company's being run.
I want to know what that board meeting's like. Well, it's time for salaries this year. Personally, I think I need another $1 billion a year to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
you imagine having the balls to ask for that money?
Well, sir, the company isn't doing that good. Why should we give you that money? Well, I am the brightest and one of the brightest future people running this business, and the cost of living like it is, I'm barely scraping by. I'm lucky I'm not on food stamps at $1 billion a year.
Yeah. And the guy from Merrill Lynch. When part of the deal on their particular bailout, and I don't know how this worked out on an individual basis, but you have to fire the CEO if you're going to accept money from the government. Well, the CEO is like,
that
well,
seems a little unfair, but
I don't know.
I think it's totally fair.
Well, because
Your dumbass ran the company under the ground.
well, I mean, basically what you're saying is that if you're coming to me and you're saying that your management system isn't working, if your company in general is to the point where it's bankruptcy or the company's gone, then yeah, the CEO's got to go. I mean, like, because look at it this way: if you're,
I'm not saying there are instances where the CEO should go. I'm saying I think it's unfair for the government to put that as a caveat.
I think.
Well, you're racist.
Okay. What the hell are you talking about?
Listen, racist.
I just wanted to be a part of it.
Listen, racist. But that's true though. I mean, all right. Remember when Brian, when you were the program director of WWBN in Flint? I remember the joke used to be when you'd get the phone calls, you'd pick up the phone and go, "The king is speaking."
Yeah.
Right. Well, okay. Well, you got a CEO who if you're going to be the head of a company, you're ultimately responsible for all the things that happen in it. That's why you get those giant salaries, is because you're supposed to be the guy that's watching the store. And if the store is insolvent, then yeah, you should have to lop off the head of the guy that wasn't doing the job. And I think that's perfectly fair.
It's just like anything else, be it radio, be it Merrill Lynch, be it whatever. If you're the guy in charge, I mean, I look at it from like a football deal. If you're the head coach and you go, I don't know, 0-14. Chances are,
You can still win 2 more games.
yeah, or 16, whatever. Yeah, chances are you're going to get fired, and deservedly so.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, Merrill Lynch, they pretty much ain't won a game ever.
But
Yeah.
shouldn't
Fire his ass. He don't know what he's doing. He got a good run in.
Oh, I
He
agree.
ran the country to the ground.
got it.
I am certainly not standing up for the head of Merrill Lynch or Citibank or
Right.
Bank of America.
Yeah.
I just don't think the government should insist on that.
But-
I think the board of directors should come to that decision on their own.
Yeah, where the
That's
fuck
all
are
I'm
they?
saying.
Well, they're dumb.
Where are the?
They're
where
handing out
obviously.
bonuses.
Yeah, why are these board of directors? And what's weird is the board of directors are usually like a guy's friend. Have you seen these stories where it's just like they just kind of throw these people that have nothing to do with the industry? They just put these celebrities and people,
Or they
that-
represent the major investors.
right,
That
and
frequently
they
happens.
just put these people on there that have no idea what's going on, and then they just kind of get fat from the whole thing, get these buddy asshole buddy things, and next thing you know,
God.
now they're in on everything.
I need better friends.
Yeah, no shit.
Could you imagine? Hey, dude, I know you got to work right now. You want to come be on the board of directors? Fucking ain't right, man.
One. I'll just do
Yeah,
one.
I'll just do one. I just need one chair, one company, whatever. How much you paying me? That
Yeah.
fucking much. I say give that man a raise, but he's run the company into the ground, sir. Give him a fucking raise anyway. He gave me a job.
And
Maybe that's how they get their salaries. Is
Probably is.
they got all their buddies running shit, so their buddies give them their salaries.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and that's probably why it is that these people are entrenched like they are, and that's probably why it's a good thing to get rid of these people. But anyway, what I was saying is the guy from Merrill Lynch said that he's going to sue so he can get his bonus. And that was the part that everybody was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You ran this. It's like, why is it that I am not? How can I not be entitled to this bonus? Well, you know that if you can aggressively, go do a contract, you're going to get a bonus regardless of what happens.
Right.
I mean, you don't even do your job necessarily, and you still get a bonus. You can pull that off.
Right.
So like that's basically what that's what this guy did, and now he's suing for his bonus.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted.
I think
it's a crazy
I
amount of money.
I want a bonus. I want a bonus. John, give us a fucking bonus. Give us some money.
Sure. Okay, I got $5 on me.
I'll take it.
That's five.
Pack
More, that's
cigarettes.
5 more than you walked in with.
Yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
Look at that. I need 5% on that. I sat next to him on this deal. I'm his agent. Even though I didn't do anything, I was sitting right next to him.
So you'll get a nickel.
Yeah.
No, wait, you'll get 2.5 cents.
Yeah.
Carson.
Oh, you suck as a damn agent. I'd be
Yeah.
asking for more.
It's a quarter.
Is it?
Yes.
5%? Oh, yeah, I guess
5%
it
of
is.
$1 is 5, so you multiply it by 5, you get 25 cents.
Fucking A, I'm an agent for somebody who doesn't understand math. Actually, that's $5 for the 5%.
95 cents for me.
Thanks, Colonel.
Colonel.
Remember Elvis?
Oh,
yes, the Colonel.
That was a 50s joke. I don't know if anybody. I was hoping maybe
He's-
Brian would have caught
He
that.
swears Elvis is still alive, the Colonel.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Is he
Yeah.
still alive?
There's no way that he.
Well, until he died. I don't know if the Colonel's alive or not.
I'm waiting for to see.
In fact, I think he died.
I think he died.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember hearing something like that.
Hey, John, can I play audio off of this computer?
You can play it, but hopefully it could be picked up by your microphone because
Is that a yes?
the direct box right now is like we'd have to unplug your mic to put it in there to the direct box. So.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. What do you?
I'll tell you what. Let me
What
do this.
do you want to play?
Have you guys heard this yet?
I don't know. You
How do
haven't
we
told
know?
us what it is.
There would be no way I could know.
No, we
Okay.
can't see the computer.
I'm hoping this will pick it up.
Could you just tell us what it is?
I'm setting it up.
Hey, ow.
Sorry. Hey, if he can yell a whole show, let me yell once. Anyway,
Owie.
all right. How about this? This is now we're all familiar with Christian Bale.
Oh, this is
I heard
this.
this.
Is great audio.
Apparently an asshole.
Yeah.
all right?
Yeah, well, he's been tagged for being an asshole in the past.
And, But I had no idea the level of asshole this guy is. So let's play this and just put a hand up if you want to stop and comment. I have.
Well, do you know where this is from?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is apparently this is on the set of the movie Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
Which looks like. Did you see the trailer for it? Looks like a good movie.
I haven't seen the trailer.
I saw the trailer for it when I saw The Wrestler, and it looks like it's going to be a damn good movie. It's just got all the bells and whistles, and as far as a summer blockbuster goes, you really can't go wrong with this kind of subject matter. But for 3 minutes and 45 seconds, Christian Bale just goes off on his director of photography because apparently he had. And apparently he's in movie making. If the director of photography fucks up, that's clearly hang him because apparently it's a big deal.
He walked in the middle of a shot. And apparently it was like one of the scenes that was like the most intense movie scene in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Type deal. You know, it's like where the big climax or probably something happened, you know. So it's this
Right.
real intense movie in the scene. And in the background, the director of photography starts walking through the background, checking his lights in the middle of the scene. So Christian Bale,
So he's an
and this
idiot.
is after a couple takes of him trying to get this scene right, just fucking loses his cookies.
All right, so here is the audio right here. It's playing.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set, you prick! No, don't just be sorry. Think for 1 fucking second.
What's weird is he's got kind of a strange accent.
Find the speaker there.
it turned up on the computer.
Yeah, I do. Well, of course I do because you can hear it at all. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. There you go.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not? Do I fucking walk around and rip down? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I want? No! No! Don't shut me up. Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down in the middle of a scene? Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you? What don't you fucking understand?
I love that line.
Yeah.
You got any fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the fucking scene? Give me a fucking answer.
Now,
What don't you get about it?
now, who's Bryce? Is that the character's name, which would be even funnier if he's talking.
I think no. I
If he's
think
referring to him as his
Wouldn't that be
character.
fucking hilarious?
I think Bryce is either the director or some other person.
Bryce is a gentleman by the name. No, the director is a gentleman by the name of McG, which is an interesting. I don't know if that's his given name, but it's if it is, it's super cool. All right, here you go. Back to this.
Oh, good for you.
I love that line. Sorry. Oh, good for you. You can turn my mic down. It doesn't need to be
all the way, maybe.
Jesus.
I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now, isn't it?
Good for you.
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. Look, G, you got fucking something to say to this prick?
Scooter checking in. Batman wouldn't talk like that.
That's true. He wouldn't.
I'm
Well, somebody should be fucking watching and keeping an eye on him. There's a second time that he doesn't get that.
Yeah, just trying to make sure everything's okay. Fair enough. Okay. Well, I apologize. I didn't know that you'd lose your goddamn mind like this.
Hey, fuck about what is going on in front of the camera. All right? I'm trying to fucking do a scene here and I'm going, why the fuck is Shane walking in there? What is he doing there? Do you understand my mind is not in the scene if you're doing that? Stay off the fucking set, man.
What I love.
Fuck's sake.
You think he's over here? You think it's done? Like the guy apologizes and he kind of, okay, well,
that's
stay
all.
off the fucking set, dude.
This is where
For fuck's sake.
This is where Christian Bale is an unmitigated asshole. That's absolutely true. Because you're right. Because I know what you're setting up. Because you really, it's. I don't know what I'm fucking adding right here, but all right.
All right, let's go again. Let's not take a fucking minute. Let's go again. And let's not have you fucking walking in.
Wow.
Right back
Can I have Tom put this on, please? You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable. Number of times you're strolling and fucking around in the background. I never had a DP behave like this. You don't fucking understand what it's like working with actors. That's what that is. That's what that is, man. I'm telling you. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. You wouldn't have done that otherwise. I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. You know, shut up for a second, all right? I'm gonna go. Do you want me to go fucking trash your lights? Do you want me to fucking trash them? Then why are you trashing my scene? You are trashing my scene. You do it one more fucking time, and I ain't walking on this set if you're still hired. I'm fucking serious. You're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
Really?
Hey, you're a nice guy and everything, but I swear to God, if I come back and see your fucking faggot ass around, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, I'm gonna take a gun, put it to your head, pull the fucking trigger. But you're a great dude. Want to come over for dinner?
What does that say, though, about how society is now? Because it's so true. Everyone's so worried about, do they think I'm a nice guy or not? Like, in the middle of a fucking tirade, this guy's lost his mind. It occurs to him that later it could be a problem that he was mean.
Yeah,
So he says,
exactly.
you're a nice guy, I like you, but you're driving me crazy. You know?
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
I'm leaving if you're still here.
All right, let's hear the last of this.
Fucking cut it when you're bullshitting and fucking around like this on set. Yeah, you might get it. He doesn't fucking get it.
I get it.
You might.
I get it.
He does not get it.
That's the director, by the way.
I figured.
Okay? For real. Honestly, get it. Walk for 5 seconds.
No, I don't need any fucking walking. He needs to stop walking.
I get that.
I ain't the one walking. Let's get Tom and put this back on. Let's go again. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally.
Professionally.
But
You can still suck me off.
I was going to invite him over for ribs.
Oh.
All right, that's it. Turn my mic off for a second. So while I readjust here.
Oh, okay.
This is where you guys.
So we're supposed to jump in. Well, it is the Eric and Carson show.
Oh, me. Yeah. Well, whatever.
Carson will just sit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll wait. I don't really care.
It's okay.
No, the best part about that whole thing to me is like you hear him go off for like a good minute or minute and a half. Then he like calms down and you hear the guy apologize and he's like, hey, I'm sorry. And he's like, it's okay. No big deal or whatever. And then all of a sudden he just like slowly but surely builds right back up. It's like, well, you're just a fucking idiot. I mean, you're a nice guy, and then just
Then
fucking
I'm
launches.
gonna kick your ass.
Is this movie over? Like it's already been filmed?
Yes.
And so has Christian Bale responded at all yet?
No, apparently this just got leaked onto the internet because the producers took this audio and they sent it to an insurance company. So if he walked off, they would be insured against that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, originally when this happened, there was a press release or whatever about it. You know, the press found out about it, and the people that made the movie blew it off and was like, "No, it wasn't that big of a deal." Blah 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 blah. Well, I guess there was. You got the normal deal at tapes or whatever. Then you got the backup.
Yeah.
Well, the studio got the original of this. Well, I guess the insurance company or somebody got the backup tape that the studio didn't know about and put it on the internet this morning.
Yeah. Well,
And that's what had
Oh,
happened.
so this just hit today.
No,
Yeah.
yesterday actually. Yesterday afternoon is when I first heard it. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
this week. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
this
it's
week.
amazing. But here's and obviously when we first started talking about this, you were pointing out that here's this guy, he's screwing up, doing this. Christian Bale gets angry. Does anybody just kind of stop to say, Christian? You play pretend for a living, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
How about dialing it down a couple of notches? We're not doing Citizen Kane here.
Right.
It's the stupid fourth Terminator movie, okay? Calm down. You're you're playing pretend.
We couldn't get the real people on this movie.
Yeah.
So we got you.
We got Batman, okay?
Right.
So how about you calm down a little bit?
Arnold Schwarzenegger's running the state. All right.
Yeah. Fucking American Psycho indeed.
One time when I was working at U of M, there was this producer showing her film on the campus, and she bawled me out in front of everybody because the exit signs were lit up in the back.
Oh,
And
jeez.
you can't take those out because
No.
that's a law. And she
Yeah,
was screaming at
fire
me.
deal.
And then she was smoking it was a lecture hall. She was smoking in the lecture hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was screaming at me and trying to she made me humiliated me.
I was rather famous for tirades when it came to work professionally for me. I never went for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I don't think.
No.
Okay. Yeah. I never quite
Unless
went
it was
that
on
bad.
the air.
Huh?
Unless it was on the air.
What was on the air? That's different. But
Then you're playing it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then,
exactly.
Then I'm not going. We're fucking done professionally. What is that accent he's got? We're fucking done.
Well, he is British, isn't he?
He's British,
Yeah.
yeah. But like he sounds like he's coming in and out of an American accent in that.
Well, I
Well,
think
it's because he's in and out of character, man.
No,
Right.
honestly, what I think of what it is he's been over here for forever, right?
Yeah.
But when you get pissed, your natural accent always comes out, and I think that's what it is. When he's getting pissed, it's coming out,
What
and,
I like
and
is
he's
when,
not realizing
when
it.
Carson here gets pissed. Not only does his natural accent come out, but his natural sentence structure comes out.
fuck.
Suddenly, he's General Beauregard.
Yes,
during,
exactly.
During the,
I
war between the states. It's fucking awesome.
I say it.
A couple times when you guys were having like huge arguments with each other.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to like stop and go, did anyone just hear what Carson just said and the way he said it?
Well, I fucking declare.
Now see here, son. I was doing a fine radio program.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
Yeah. And I certainly wasn't involved going, you're just bringing me shit every day. You're not giving me anything. Oh, God. Yeah, the fun blow-ups. Nothing ever happened like that, though. I don't think we ever had anybody in our professional lives really lose it to that level. I'm trying to think. We've been in the business quite some time. And in the entertainment biz.
Not that bad.
All
I mean,
of-
we've all lost it. I've
Well,
lost it. but,
we've
you know.
all lost it, but I'm just trying to think if I ever saw a tirade like that. The worst I ever saw.
That's what I was trying to think is the worst one I've seen.
Well, the worst one I ever saw was you and Scooter. That was as bad as I've ever seen it. And I imagine that but now the only other
yeah,
ones
probably.
the only other bad ones were ones I was involved in, so I can't really say that I saw it. I was in it, but I do remember that was a particularly bad one. That was really funny though that day.
Scooter saw me ask him about tell him about Brian's legendary call.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that wasn't
The phone
that.
call.
That was good, but that wasn't that.
That was pretty
great.
quick. That was just that wasn't really an exchange as much as it was just Brian screaming at us for a couple of minutes.
Plus, it was over the phone, so you didn't have the awkwardness afterwards of him still being at the building.
By the way, sage-like advice. As it turns out, that was probably a bad move for us to do on the air.
As it turns out.
we did get shit canned for that eventually. It just took a while.
no, not actually for that.
But then I.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that was much worse. the one that we,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let me tell you something. When they go to court and they're going to say, well, do you have any way of proving that you've done worse things than what you got fired for in the past? Yes, I do.
2 words: baby raper.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah. You can go on iTunes and listen to a lot more horrible shit we said on the air than what we got fired for.
my
Yes,
God.
sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
You know. What was
I have no comment.
What was the name of that? What was the name of that substitute teacher? Don't say it. But what was the name of the substitute teacher? I forget his name. Ooh, I think you remember his name.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Oof.
Yeah, I remember that.
No, the worst I ever saw was you and Scooter when what always brought out the big blow-ups on our show was to the point where we stopped doing them for a little while and would stop volunteering for them was when we would have live broadcasts.
Yeah. That's because there was alcohol involved.
Well,
and
no.
other people.
Oh, actually, the really bad one. There was no alcohol whatsoever. Everybody was completely sober. The problem is that everybody, you take a bunch of people into a room, right? That all know the same amount of information about something. Like if just throwing it out there, let's just say that there is a piece of equipment that's used to broadcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we were at KRK and doing shit down there, we never had this problem because they had an engineer guy. He clearly knew more than we did.
And he was the only one. Like, that would be the only. If you had a problem with volume or anything, you'd only talk to the one guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You wouldn't have 7 different people coming up telling you the same thing and how to adjust it, and you need to adjust it again because
Yeah.
it's not right, even though. And that's what had happened that day is we were on the air, and you had called and said, your mic's too hot, so I turned it down. And then Scooter went out. No, then Dent or somebody came up to me and said, well, you're too low. Turn it back up.
Oh, well, there's
And
your
then
problem.
Eric's like, well, you're cupping the mic. Don't do that.
No, remember, because what I was saying
And then-
is I was like, let them handle it.
Yeah.
Because just let's not get involved here.
And everybody more or less is calling me or coming up to me telling me what I'm doing wrong with this mic. To the point, and then Scooter goes outside and comes in and just is like, I don't know what the hell you're doing. You're cupping the mic. You're too loud. You're just doing it all wrong. And I'm like, dude, I've already talked to Brian. Well, you're doing it wrong. And I just fucking went batshit on him at that point. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, the fuck I'm not. And went the fuck off and pissed him off.
and it was really
I
funny
think I
'cause-
called him every name in the book because I was livid by that point because he was about the 6th person in about 5 minutes to say something to me about this fucking microphone.
Yeah.
And nobody really honestly knew how to fix the problem.
Well, let me defend you for a minute here, okay? You've had that happen before. Carson has absolutely had that, to the point where when you're on one of those kind of deals and you've got like 7 or 8 different people coming up to you and saying a bunch of shit, that's just part of how it goes. You just must have been in a really bad mood that day. You're not yourself because I've seen you in those situations before not lose it like you did, and to the point where
Which broadcast was it? Can you remember?
okay,
It was Jester's.
It was one of the Halloween ones.
Yeah.
And what was really great was okay, so and it happened in front of a bunch of people, but that wasn't the funny part, okay? What the funny part is that it was the Halloween broadcast.
everyone's in costume?
So everyone's in costume,
Yeah.
including Dent, who's dressed up as Paris Hilton.
Yes.
In heels. So like
Fishnets.
So Carson's like, you fucking have no fucking like that whole bit, like finger in the face and the whole bit to the point where he eventually has to stop yelling, and now we've just got to now all absorb this
Yeah.
awkwardness, and everyone's in costume.
I walked away. I walked away. I was like, I had to go outside. I gotta leave from there.
Actually, at that very same venue, Jester's, is when Brian had to really put a finger in my face about something when I was 17. You were in the devil outfit, screaming at me about something.
Oh, yeah, another Halloween, yeah.
And Brian was still dressed up as the devil.
Satan.
There's a picture of that on my MySpace.
And all I'm thinking about is like, you asshole. But then at the same time, I'm like, but this is kind of funny. You can't help but just be confronted with that situation.
That's great.
And Brian had done this because this promotion director at the time, which wasn't me, I was just an assistant, was actually used to call you the devil.
Yeah, so I went as the devil.
So Brian had
Nice.
the red face and the vinyl horns and and he just
That's where that pitchfork was from. Remember the pitchfork?
Oh, yeah.
mile off?
Yeah.
and it was all for the one joke of just of Brian just being able to go, I'm the devil. Like, just do it that way.
I got a question too, and this just popped in my head. Speaking of you being the boss and everything, or were the boss.
Was.
Now, when you get back on the air, are you going to take the performance of the boss and take the dropout of him going, "It's boss time"?
Oh God, no, I'm not. I saw that.
And that way,
that was brutal.
That way, when you get on the air and you come on, you can have that drop of going, "It's boss time."
Yeah.
Oof.
Did you saw that? Didn't you?
I'm not familiar. It just sounds awful.
It was
the
the
Super Bowl.
halftime Super Bowl show.
Bruce
That's
Springsteen.
right. Oh my God.
It's boss time.
Did you see him almost fall off
yeah.
when he jumped up on that piano?
Yeah,
Whoa!
that was great.
Everybody should have the nutrition schedule that he has. It's fit. That guy is like what, 50, 60 years old, and just kicking ass up there.
Oh, yeah.
That was the best Super Bowl halftime show. I mean, Tom Petty last year was boring by comparison.
Eric even texted me.
That was
I thought it was so
awesome.
good. He texted
Yeah,
me.
it was funny because Lisa goes, "Who is Bruce Springsteen?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, born in the USA. She didn't know it. I had to sing a little bit of it, which I
And then
won't.
she acted like she knew it.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you for not doing so.
But then he sang the Born to Run or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's when she figured out who he was.
Like,
but she's like, "Oh, I know that song."
even at Glory Days, he never does the hits.
Yeah. Maybe that's the one she
Glory
heard.
Days.
And
I mean,
she
like,
knew.
I know
Yes, he
Ted
did.
Yeah, he
Having a
did.
Freeze out.
Yeah, he did.
And he did Born to Run.
Born to Run. Then he did Glory Days.
He did do Glory
I don't
Days.
remember
yeah.
the glory.
He's
Maybe
gotta
I
be
was
in
up.
his 60s.
Yeah.
He's got to be in his 60s.
Yeah.
isn't it?
He even had a little
I
Steven
think-
come out and sing Glory Days with him, and it was just sounded really. And he
Maybe
was
I
like,
thought-
we're going over time.
I thought right when that's what it was. That's when he did the boss time. Then he sang Glory Days.
Yeah.
Because he's
Okay.
like, "We're going over time, but it don't matter. Do you know what time it is? It's boss time."
Yeah.
Freaking
Out
scared me.
here in Jersey.
I think I was.
Jersey.
I think I was getting a
Him and-
chili at the time.
Yeah, him and Bon Jovi got off stage, or he got off stage, and him and Bon Jovi jerked each other off about Jersey.
Absolutely.
Man, that is like your 5th homosexual reference.
Have you ever heard our show?
Wow.
Yeah. Hey.
Did you pay attention at
No,
all?
my
I'm
philosophy.
tired of it too.
My philosophy's always been, don't listen to the station. It's fine.
It worked out.
Yeah, it was great.
Is it on?
Look at the ratings.
Yeah, exactly. Ratings don't mean crap.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Now, I wouldn't say that. It
Oh,
means a
well,
lot for
I-
anybody in the future.
Well, it does.
It does soon.
I'll say this: it mattered when we worked there, but God knows that any other radio company in the world doesn't give a shit about ratings, or we'd have a job.
No,
Hey, look, they dominated in Flint.
Yeah.
Let's hire these two idiots that don't cost anything.
It's like what me and Brian were talking about on the way over here. They're not trying to get ratings right now. They're trying to keep
No.
the lights on.
Yeah.
Everyone's just trying to keep the
That's
lights
what
on.
I'm saying. Ratings don't matter right now.
Oh, they will eventually. It's just that we're getting back to the point when the industry gets to the point where
Yeah.
they're attempting to be solvent again. Then,
Yeah.
then they'll go for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's start competing again.
Yeah.
Well, let's take